In 1919, on the Amalfi Coast, a quiet villa rose from the ashes of Rome. It wasn't just a home, it was a legacy. Decades later, billionaires stood in line, just to sleep where ancient emperors once ruled. But now, imagine that grandeur, magnified 15 times. From a $50 billion palace tucked in France's hills to a $2 billion tower home rising over Mumbai's skyline. These are not mansions. They are private empires. Every marble floor, every gold-leafed ceiling, every crystal chandelier speaks of untouched power, silent wealth, and immortality carved in stone. But which of these estates truly sit at the top? Which one made the world pause in awe? Picture this: a 105,000 square foot mansion with its own nightclub, spa, and sky deck. Or a villa in the French Riviera, guarded by over 15,000 rare plants. If your dream is a penthouse or a beach retreat, prepare to have it redefined, because we're about to count down the 15 most insane billionaire mansions ever created. And the final one will make your jaw drop. Long ago, on the edge of the Amalfi Coast, the Romans built a palace by the sea. Centuries passed. The empire vanished, but the foundation remained. In the 19th century, a new dream rose: Villa Astor. Perched high on a cliff, it now holds over 1,000 exotic plants, sea views so pure they look like paintings, and Roman artifacts hidden in its gardens. It feels like walking through a museum, only this time you live inside it. But don't be fooled, this isn't some quiet ruin. Today, Villa Astor rents for over $150,000 a week. Its walls were bombed in World War II. Now they cradle art collectors, royalty, and billionaires. It's more than a home. It's where history wears silk robes. But behind the beauty lies a tension. What happens when ancient heritage becomes a playground for the rich? Because here, the past isn't just preserved. It's been branded for the world's elite. And this is only the beginning. Because next, we enter a villa whose very walls once hid royal secrets. On the French Riviera, time feels different. The sun hits softer, the sea shines brighter, and the homes? They're not homes, they're palaces. It started in the 1830s with Villa Le Cèdre, a mansion so grand, it once belonged to a king. Inside, 14 bedrooms, a library, and over 15,000 rare plants. Outside, a garden that feels like a botanical kingdom. By 2019, it sold for nearly $200 million. Then came Villa Leopolda, twice the size, twice the mystery. Built on land once owned by King Leopold II, it almost sold for $750 million in 2008. But look deeper. This palace was once a military hospital during World War II. Now it's where oligarchs and royalty fight for a view of the sea. Even its Olympic-sized pool is carved straight into the cliffs of rock. This isn't just luxury, it's legacy turned spectacle. But while some buy palaces of history, others build their own worlds of wonder. So next, what happens when a billionaire makes his skyscraper into a mansion? In 1997, one of the richest men in tech made a quiet move. Paul Allen, co-founder of Microsoft, bought a hidden jewel on the Riviera. They called it Villa La Palms. It wasn't just a house, it was a statement. A $100 million estate with over 20 acres of gardens, a ballroom for 200 guests, and views that once belonged to French nobility. By 2025, it's worth over $350 million. It's like going from coding in your garage to living in a kingdom by the sea. But here's the twist. This isn't old money. This is Silicon Valley wealth claiming old European glory. Tech titans now walk where emperors once stood. They're not just building apps, they're buying fortresses. Even the Olympic-sized pool feels like a power move. But this raises a bigger question. If billionaires can buy Europe's past, what happens when they try to build the future in America? In Beverly Hills, luxury doesn't whisper, it shouts. Meet Palazzo di Amore, listed in 2014 for $195 million. And Villa Fenzi, sold in 2021 for $165 million. These aren't homes, they're empires. Palazzo di Amore spreads across 53,000 square feet. It has its own vineyard, a bowling alley, a 27-car garage, and even a gas station. Villa Fenzi boasts 20 bedrooms, a private hiking trail, and more marble than some museums. It's like living in a city inside your own walls. But here's the strange twist. Even with all that luxury, Palazzo di Amore sat on the market, unsold. Because sometimes even billionaire dreams can go too far. It's a battle between market logic and pure vanity. But if this is what mega luxury looks like in California, what happens when madness takes the wheel? In Bel Air, dreams are built bigger than reality, and sometimes they collapse under their own weight. Meet The One, a 105,000 square foot monster, and Niall Niami's house, nearly 100,000 square feet of madness, 42 bathrooms, a 50-car garage, even jellyfish tanks. It's like building a private shopping mall and calling it your home. The One aimed to sell for $500 million, but it crumbled into bankruptcy, snatched up for just $141 million. Niami's house, also foreclosed. Because even for billionaires, there is such a thing as too much. This is where dreams met debt, and luxury lost control. But while America builds bigger, other parts of the world build wilder. In London, behind gates and hedges, there are castles billionaires don't talk about. Like Wittenhurst, nearly 90,000 square feet, hidden in plain sight, a quiet giant worth over $450 million. And then there's the Franchuk Villa, with bulletproof windows, a panic room, and a $97 million renovation. It's like turning a James Bond film set into your everyday life. Even the X Factor filmed inside. But behind the glamour lies a city that's angry. Locals call it a fortress for oligarchs, where old British homes are sold to foreign billionaires for prices most can't even imagine. London's luxury is no longer just British. And while Europe hides its wealth in history, the next mansion was built vertically. Because one billionaire decided, why not live in a skyscraper palace? In the heart of Mumbai, a tower rises above the clouds. Antilia, a 27-story home, not for rent and not for sale. It belongs to Mukesh Ambani, one of the richest men alive. This isn't just a mansion, it's a vertical kingdom. 400,000 square feet, a staff of 600, 3 helipads, built to survive an 8.0 earthquake. It's like stacking royal palaces, one on top of another. So now, among these insane estates, which one truly deserves the crown? From Roman ruins to sky towers, these mansions aren't just homes, they are crowns. The line between royalty and billionaires is fading, because true wealth, it's not about rooms, it's about legacy. From Versailles to Antilia, every marble floor screams one thing: I was here, and that is the real power. From the French Riviera to Mumbai, these mansions show how money can rewrite history. Behind each door lies not just gold, but power, ambition, and a name carved in stone. Want more? Hit subscribe for countdowns of the world's wildest luxury. Which one shocked you the most?